Chapter 11 of Going His Way, Little Talks to Little Folks by Rev. Gerald T. Brennan. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Maria Therese. Chapter 11. I'm going to tell your mother. There was one thing that 8-year-old Jackie Breen wanted. It was an electric train that would run on tracks. A train that would start, stop, or run backwards at the pull of a switch. Yes, Jackie wanted an electric train, and he wanted it more than anything else in this world. Jackie had asked for an electric train for Christmas. He had even written a letter to Santa Claus and had told him what he wanted. But Christmas came and there was no electric train. Of course, the boy liked his new sled and he liked his model airplane, but it would have been a better Christmas if Jackie had received an electric train. The 21st of April was to be Jackie's birthday. For several days before his birthday, Jackie talked to his mother and father about electric trains. Kevin Sheridan had an electric train. Frankie Burke had one too. Oh, if he only had an electric train! What fun he would have! An electric train would make him very happy. Jackie did a lot of thinking. He did a lot of wondering too. What was he going to get for his birthday? He hoped that his father and mother wouldn't buy him any new clothes, because he didn't want new clothes. He didn't want books or money either. A new kite? Oh no, Jackie didn't want any of these things. Jackie wanted an electric train. The Sunday before his birthday, Jackie had an idea. "Maybe if I say some prayers," said the boy to himself, "Jesus will get me an electric train." The more Jackie thought about it, the more certain he was that Jesus would help him. Yes, he would pray and he would pray hard. Jesus would certainly help him. The next day was Monday. After school, little Jackie didn't go straight home. Do you know where he went? He went over to the church. Now, it happened that there were no people in the church. Nobody but Jackie. The little boy tiptoed down the long aisle and knelt on the step before the altar. He said some Our Fathers and Hail Marys. Then, looking up at Jesus hanging on a cross, the little boy begged, "Please, Jesus, get me an electric train for my birthday." When his prayers were finished, Jackie Breen left the church and went home. The next day, Jackie went to the church again. He said some more prayers, and once again the little boy begged Jesus to get him an electric train. He did the same thing on Wednesday. He went to the church again on Thursday, and again on Friday. During each visit the boy asked for one thing, an electric train. Saturday was Jackie's birthday. The boy was up bright and early. It was easy to get up that morning, because Jackie knew that there would be presents for him. Well, after breakfast, Jackie received his presents: 2 books, a top, a bag of marbles and agates, and a $1 bill. There was no electric train. Yes, Jackie was terribly disappointed. He felt like crying, but he managed to keep back the tears. Jesus had disappointed him. Jesus didn't get him an electric train. Now, that's not the end of the story. Oh no! You'll never guess what Jackie did then. About 11 o'clock that morning, Jackie left the house. His mother thought he was going out to play, but his mother was wrong. Instead, Jackie went to church. Down the aisle he walked and knelt before the altar. "Jesus," he said, as he looked up at the cross and shook his finger, "I prayed hard for 5 days, and you didn't pay any attention to me. You didn't get me an electric train. So, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell your mother." Then the little boy stood up, bent his right knee to the floor, and walked over to the side altar. He knelt before the statue of the Blessed Virgin Mary, and tears ran down his cheeks. "Mary," he said, "I want to tell you something about your boy. All week long I prayed hard for an electric train, and I didn't get what I wanted. You'd better speak to Jesus." That's all the little boy said, but he felt better after he had said it. Now Mary knew everything. Now Mary knew that Jesus hadn't answered his prayers. Well, that afternoon there was a party for Jackie, and all of his friends were there. Oh, they had a grand time at the party. They played games and had lots of fun. Yes, they had ice cream and cake, lemonade, peanuts, and candy. But the best part of the party came at the end. Just before the children left for their homes, Jackie's father brought in a big box. Jackie took the cover off the box, and what do you think? Yes, you guessed it. There in the box was an electric train, a train with tracks and switches. And was Jackie happy? Well, I think you know the answer. I wonder whether the Blessed Virgin Mary had anything to do with Jackie getting that electric train. I think she did. I think Mary spoke to Jesus, and I think, too, that Jesus spoke to Jackie's father. You know, Mary does things like that. She tells Jesus what little boys and girls want. She even asked Jesus to give boys and girls the things they want. When his mother asked for a favor, can Jesus refuse her? I don't think so. Look at what Mary did for little Jackie Breen. Mary will do the same for you if you will only ask her. When you pray, children, you pray to Jesus. That's the right thing to do. But every time you pray, be sure to say an extra prayer to Mary. Ask Mary to speak to Jesus for you. Jesus wants to please his mother, and he just can't say no to her. Remember, children, when you want something from Jesus, you don't have to shake your finger at him. Just tell Jesus what you want. Then do what Jackie Breen did. Go to Mary. End of chapter 11.